Hello everyone, and welcome to my Sister Wives Today channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. In a national broadcast that is already being hailed as the most explosive revelation in the history of the show, Meri Brown finally broke the silence in a jaw-dropping moment that Sister Wives fans had never expected to witness. Sitting tall, calm, and composed under studio lights, Meri, Kody Brown's first wife and longtime silent observer of the family chaos, pulled back the curtain on what she called a decade of manipulation, deception, and betrayal. And her target? None other than Robyn Brown. Kody Brown was left speechless and, for the first time in years, truly alone when Meri finally revealed the woman who was once hailed as the sweet and innocent fourth wife. The audience gasped, social media lit up, and Meri exposed the woman. The national broadcast, which took place during what was billed as a reflective special, quickly devolved into a televised trial for Robyn. She appeared visibly shaken as Meri spoke calmly but sharply and debunked lie after lie. Meri began to tell how Robyn had played the long game over the years to position herself as the favorite, the victim, and the controller of the Brown family's fate. She did so with a steely determination in her eyes. Meri claimed that Robyn feigned emotional vulnerability to manipulate Kody, whispering half-truths and outright lies about the other wives behind closed doors. She told the nation that Robyn painted herself as the peacekeeper, when in reality, she was driving wedges between Kody and his other wives, securing her position by isolating everyone else. Meri even went as far as revealing that Robyn would text Kody during family gatherings, planting negative comments about Meri, Janelle, and Christine in his mind while sitting just feet away from them. Meri said with firmness, she weaponized her tears, and Kody believed every drop. The camera cut to Kody several times during the special, his face frozen, lips pursed, unable to defend himself. He gave off the impression of a man who had just realized that the carefully crafted walls of his life were closing in on him. However, no one seemed to understand this time, and Robyn was on the verge of crying. Quickly, home-based viewers began live-tweeting their shock and support for Meri. One viral tweet read, "Meri just did what the others never could. She burned the whole illusion to the ground." "Robyn's house of lies is collapsing, and I am here for it," was another one. But the revelations didn't stop there. Meri continued, explaining how Robyn had used her children as pawns to keep Kody tied to her, emotionally manipulating him by constantly comparing how he treated her kids versus the children from his previous marriages. Meri claims that Robyn used this tactic to persuade Kody to put her and her family ahead of everyone else, making the rest of the Brown family feel neglected and abandoned. She made Kody think he was a bad father if he didn't put her children first, Meri said. Meanwhile, my relationship with my own child was deteriorating because Kody didn't show up. Then came the most shocking part of the broadcast. Meri disclosed that she had proof. Screenshots, voice messages, and journal entries documenting the manipulation. The studio audience gasped as clips and texts were displayed, one showing Robyn saying to Kody, "Don't let Meri guilt you. She's just trying to pull you away from us. She's not genuine." The receipts were undeniable, and the damage was immediate. TLC executives, who reportedly thought this would be a standard recap episode, were blindsided but decided not to cut the footage, knowing the ratings gold they had stumbled upon. Within minutes of the special's airing, the backlash began. Backlash poured in on Robyn's social media accounts, her jewelry business was boycotted, and longtime fans started calling for her complete elimination from the show. Kody, usually quick to defend Robyn, remained silent in the days that followed. Sources close to the family revealed that he had retreated from public appearances, holed up in Flagstaff, and had allegedly cut off communication with production. "He looks like a man who's just realized the emperor has no clothes," an insider said. Meanwhile, Meri, once the quiet and often sidelined wife, emerged as a powerhouse. She began trending across platforms, with fans praising her bravery for finally speaking her truth. #MeriSpeaks and #RobynExposed became viral hashtags, and media outlets rushed to cover the bombshells revealed in the special. Even Christine and Janelle, who were not present for the taping, reportedly called Meri afterward to express their gratitude and support. Christine posted a cryptic Instagram story that read, "Truth always finds its way out," while Janelle tweeted, "Some stories finally get the light they deserve." But the question on everyone's lips remains, what now? With Robyn exposed, Kody disgraced, and Meri on the rise, the power dynamics within the Sister Wives universe have shifted dramatically. There's talk that Meri may be offered her own spin-off show, with TLC considering a new series focused on the former wives rebuilding their lives post-Kody. As for Robyn, sources say she is devastated and feels betrayed, though critics argue she's simply dealing with the consequences of her own deceit. Kody, who once declared Robyn his soulmate and ignored the cries of his other wives, now finds himself with no one left to protect. His silence, once interpreted as strength, now reads as guilt. He failed to recognize the toxic undercurrent that Meri so bravely exposed, and now he's left to sit in the ruins of a family divided. For fans who have followed the show for over a decade, this moment feels like vindication. For years, they watched as Robyn was painted as the innocent victim, while others were labeled difficult or jealous. Now, with Meri's testimony backed by undeniable proof, the narrative has changed. The truth has emerged, and with it a new chapter begins, one where Meri stands empowered, Robyn's mask has slipped, and Kody must face the truth that perhaps, just perhaps, the love story he thought he had built was nothing more than a carefully constructed illusion. Meri Brown is leading the charge in this season of Reckoning. In the aftermath of Meri's explosive national broadcast, the Sister Wives universe was left reeling, fractured more deeply than ever before, but also strangely liberated. With Robyn's long-suspected manipulations now fully exposed to the public, and Kody's stunned silence offering no defense, the Brown family dynamic began to shift in real time. Cameras picked up again just days later, this time capturing a household in quiet ruin, with the Flagstaff cul-de-sac practically silent. Robyn, once the center of the family narrative, had reportedly locked herself away, refusing to film, refusing interviews, and cutting off contact even with TLC producers. Rumors swirled that she was considering suing both TLC and Meri for defamation, though legal experts said she wouldn't have a case. Robyn's world had imploded, and without Kody stepping forward to shield her, she was now seeing how deeply alone she truly was. Meanwhile, Kody himself seemed to spiral, retreating further from the camera than he ever had before. According to a production insider, he canceled several scheduled interviews and refused to speak to the crew unless absolutely necessary. "He's not used to not being in control," the insider said. "This is the first time Kody's really had to deal with the consequences of choosing one woman over others and losing all of them," says the author. Even more damning, he was reportedly served with a formal notice from TLC demanding that he participate in the next season's tapings or risk breaching contract. For the first time, the narrative no longer revolved around Kody or Robyn, but instead around the ex-wives, Meri, Janelle, and Christine, who began to emerge not as victims, but as warriors.